Hi everybody, my name's Dave. Thanks for joining me, and today, as you can see, we're going to finish off this rocker cover problem. Hopefully today we'll have this oil seal resolved and no more leaking. So what I did overnight was I washed down the sponge part of the rocker cover, cleaned all the oil out of it, left it in a bucket of warm water. Hopefully it's going to dry out in the sun. Rob reckons that could be producing a lot of oil, so what I've done is I've washed it out, dried it out. Well, I'm trying to dry it out now in the sun. Hopefully that all the oil's out of it. It was pretty oily water when I'd finished, but there wasn't as much oil as I thought there'd be. So the first job is to clean out the old gasket from the rocker cover. There's a little bit down the bottom there which you can't see. There's some bits around the top. I'll clean that out, and then I'm going to put the gasket in, and then we'll consider putting some sealant on. Okay, so I've got my cup of coffee, and the gasket's more or less cleaned out of the rocker cover there. What I'm going to do now is give it a spray down with some brake cleaner, make sure it's all clean, and then what I'm going to do after that is check the gasket's okay, and then I'm going to fit the gasket to the rocker cover, add some sealant to it, make sure it's sealed. Basically I'm going to do a better job this time of sealing the gasket. That's what I hope to do anyway. Now I know that brake cleaner will dissolve it, but that's not instantly. They're only minimal things. There's a little bit down here. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to put the rocker cover back on. I've got the gasket on. Just going to make sure I get it on without catching it. Hopefully that's it sealed. So I'm going to put the bolts in, leave it for an hour before I nip it down. Put one there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's an odd number because it's one on that corner, so it's 9. And one on this corner. I may have to put in using this step ladder. Okay, I'll just put some bolts in. Two long ones in the back and the short ones in the front. I don't believe I've just done that. Of course it hasn't come through. Why the hell would it go through? I need to take the ladders out, the steps out the side so I can see in there. I can see it. Sitting on top of the bell housing. I think it's this side. Knit these back two up. I need the flippity floppity jugger jummer. I'll do. I'll need that again. Bring the steps around. That should do it. So we'll just leave it now and harden off for an hour. It should be good now. Yeah. All good. And give it a clean on the top. A bit of cloth, cleaning cloth. Put that in there. I don't like cleaning this when it's not so oily. I've got another hour to go. And I can nip it down anyway. How's that doing down here? It's not doing that well if it's in the sun to dry. There's the sun on top of the mailbox. On top of the mailbox then. What can I do now? Can't really do a lot, can I? Take this bin out. Put that out here. So I've got the rocker cover back on. It's sealed in. I think the camera keeps turning off, which is unfortunate, but it's back in anyway. It's not tightened down yet because I've got to wait for 60 minutes before tightening it down. So I'm going to do that and we'll see how we go. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm torquing down the head. We've waited an hour, or more or less an hour, and I'm just torquing down the head bolts. Now I can do this because they're helicoiled. If they weren't helicoiled, you'd strip them. This one needs to be nipped down a bit. This is the last one I'm doing, but I will be going around and checking them all again. Nine Newton meters. 9 Newton meters. Now let's take the wibbly wobbly off. A slight bit more on that one. Everything's done. I'll just check that back corner. Should be all good. These are the important two. Can't do it from there, I'll have to get around from the front. Bring the steps back round. I guess this is the problem with putting bigger wheels on. You can't reach into the car and do anything. I'll just move that out of the way. Get this on. Of course it'd have to be right, wouldn't it? It would not be right, would it? Anyway, that's 9 Newton meters all round. I suppose I should check these end ones as well, but I will. That's 9. That's 9. And that's 9. 9 Newton meters. That's good. Put a gauge in. Now always remove any setting you've got on your torque wrench before putting it back in the box, because you'll just knacker it otherwise. So what we're doing, we're going back down to 0, or back beyond 0 before putting it back in the box. That's that tightened down. I haven't renewed the seal for the pipe that wasn't leaking, so I'm going to do that, put that pipe in now. Important thing with this is that you clean the ends of the pipe, probably the middle of the pipe because it's black oil. The ends of the pipe are clean. The ends that these pipes going on have still got the O-rings in and they're clean. I'm going to need a light to see the other one. Still has the O-ring in, needs a wipe. Right, that's clean. Both ends of the pipe are clean. Let's put it back together. Okay, that goes in onto there, and this goes down and onto here. Oh, I've got to get the nut down there. No good without the nut. You just got to be careful while you're lining this up that you don't knock that O-ring off. And we're on. I would make sure you do this one all the way up by hand if you can. Whereas the one on the top doesn't matter so much because you can see what's going on there. With this one you can't see. So the more you can do it up the better. 27mm. It's not done right up. It's done up as far as I could get it, but it's not done right up. I think we're just about done up there. Right, let's get this one to send in. Sometimes you can do this by hand, other times you can't. Today it seems I can. Now the torque for this is 80 Newton meters. It's pretty tight. I'll just push it on as far as I can get it and then tighten up as much as I can. $80 Newton meters is quite a tight fitting. That's probably about 80 Newton meters. Could have sworn I'd bought a torque spanner to do this very job. Not what I've done with it. Thought it was in the top of the toolkit, I have to say. That'll be about 80 Newton meters. Now I've done that, I can put this back on. Now what I thought about was I might take these zip ties off. Oh, I might pull it off the other end as well. And get a couple of clips for it. Came off that. Well, I can get it back on there, that's for certain. Like so. And then I need to find the one I've just pulled off, which is that one. And now I need to get that back into there. Like that. And then use this clip. No, can't do it. I must be able to do it. I must be able to clip this on. Okay. So I'll get this up there now. That's better than it was. A lot better than it was. No, but, it sort of works. What have I got here now? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Too many. 1. Oh, it's not going right, is it? Take that off again. So get it done properly. That's better. To get in, which I'll probably not be able to do. I might be able to. That'll do. And a spare one. Okay. Put some nuts and washers on. 5 washers. Washers and 6 nuts. There's a big washer on the front. That one does. Okay. Let me get that pipe on there now, don't I? Right. Should go on like this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try raising this side of the intercooler up, so I'm going to use a couple of nuts for that. Just grab a couple. I've got them here ready to put on. Okay, right, what's next? I've got all them on, let's put the intercooler pipe on. The last time you couldn't see it, but this time you should be able to. I've got a normal Jubilee clip instead. The reason is because what was happening was the clamp that was in there was getting caught up. Now I need to have it where I can tighten it up, I guess. So I'll put it on the top, like so. Now I need a screwdriver, and this is the screwdriver I use for this job. Nice and long, allows me to get in. Let me just move you across so you can see a little bit better. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to tighten up this bracket here, and hopefully it'll stay on this time because it's a lot smaller and thinner. It should grip onto the turbo. It feels like it's tightening up better anyway. There we go, that's a lot better. Screwdriver away. Right, let's move you back again to where you were. So what we're currently doing is it's trying to I'll take my other microphone. Sorry about that if the microphone disappeared. I'm in the bathroom. I'm going to have a wash now. I'm not going to video that obviously, but and then we'll go for a drive, see if it's running okay. Okay, so the car's running, and oh, we left the chocks under the front wheels. Best go take them out before I go anywhere. Okay, that's the chocks out. We're in gear and we're heading out. Now there's going to be a little bit of residual oil on this, but it shouldn't be much. Okay, let's go. It's going out now. Car seems to be running okay. Changed gear a little bit earlier. Turning left. I'm going a bit further down and I'm going to turn left. He's maybe trying to avoid the speed humps. Temperature started to come up. I like to just rev the engine in low gear just to get the first few gear changes out of the way. They're all flowing and they think right things happening in the gearbox. Pretty good by here. $2.11. Hopefully they'll have some bagels left. It's not the end of the world, and she's got some if not. Lights are changing. We're going to here at any speed we like now. Nobody behind us. We're going along here before the school comes out. This is a new bit of road that they've built, and right ahead of me there is St Germain Coles. That's as far as we have to travel to the supermarket. That's it. The white building ahead of me there on the left, you just see the building to the left of it. Well, that's where Coles is. I think this cement truck will probably turn left here. Be surprised if he goes straight. Oh, he's going straight on. No, he's going in the right hand lane because he doesn't want to block off the left lane. So we go up here straight across these lights and then turn left, and there's Coles over there. What we need now is we don't need to have an oil leak. There's going to be a bit of residual oil, but that's about it really. There's Coles right there. So we turn left here. Now we have to wait. They haven't got these lights right yet because they obviously haven't got anything built to the right hand side. It won't be long. Houses will be up in 10 minutes. Turn left here at this roundabout. This idea of putting zebra crossings next to roundabouts is wrong. You need to stop doing that, Victoria, or whoever it is that's doing it, because a car comes round the corner. I've nearly hit somebody on that crossing once. I came round the corner, looked at the traffic, and by the time I looked forward I was on the crossing nearly, and I nearly hit him. It wasn't. He knew it was going to happen. He'd already stopped. So it's obviously happened before to the guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to park up here and walk down to the supermarket, and hopefully when I come back there'll be no oil under the car. So I'm going to park in a spot where there is not much oil. I'm not the only car that leaks, I have to say. Right, we'll go into the supermarket then.